Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I am sorry that I am a bit late, but I've been working on some personal projects, some arts and crafts. So you see like glitter on stuff, and there goes a little sneak preview for some of the artsy stuff that I'm working on. But nonetheless, my apologies. And I did not text y'all today. So if you're on my text list, you did not get the text message that says, ooh, damn, I just remembered I am not on Do Not Disturb. Please, nobody call me in the next hour. I just saw my good friend Marlon D. Slack, who tends to call me during the live, and I forgot to go on Do Not Disturb. And damn, if they call me, it's going to interrupt. All right, we're going to try to make this fast and easy. Welcome everyone to the live. If you are new to my page and you have never seen me go live before, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and where you are from, so that I can welcome you into the land of love. Okay. I'm going to jump in because I made a great... Oh, I am on D&D. Woo. All right, never mind. I'm going to go quick because I made the grave mistake of not going on Do Not Disturb. And y'all know when I don't go on Do Not Disturb, people call. And for some reason on my phone, it ends the live. But on other people's phone, it just pauses it. I don't know. Welcome, Charmaine from Boston. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you, Justin. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Carla. We have Enel, who is from Oregon. Well, you said Erica, then you said Eurisha. Well, I don't know, but one of them. From Michigan, how are you? Sierra, who is from New Jersey. Thank you for joining. Your girl, Phil. Hello. We have Felicia, who is from Boston. We have Mimi Talks. Thank you for joining the live. Stacy from Michigan. A lot of Midwest love. I appreciate that. We have Jordan. We have, is it Philson from Toronto. Jana from Harlem. And new people. Welcome. Carla from Orlando. Welcome. T. Cole from Chicago. I am happy to see all of you, and y'all already purchasing badges. You're so sweet. Welcome, Epitome of Class. She's trying to make herself seen. Kenya, the queen from Queens. I love it. Jasmine, who's from BK, like me, of course. We have Brown Smoothie here from BK. Ace, who is from Cali. Welcome, everybody. So if you are new to my page, my name is Alison. I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them. I got distracted by reading. Somebody's from the UK. I like international people. Where the hell was I? My name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve through coaching. Every week I do this weekly live Q&A. How does it work? And I get people who be trying to do their own thing and be sneaking questions in. That's not how it works. Yes, Netherlands in the house. Okay. How does it work? So every week on Tuesday around 5 p.m., I post this story. It's a green story. Looks exactly the same every single week. For 24 hours, I post it. And then there's a box for you to put your question. You got to make your question fit, y'all. Y'all cannot DM me because I'm not going to find it. I be DMing my friends. We be sending each other memes. Like, I'm not going to find the DM if you DM me. You have to make it fit in the box. And if you need more space than what the box will allow, then perhaps the issue is a little bit more complicated than you can imagine. And maybe you need to book a session. If not, figure out a way, shorthand it, make it fit in the box, and then that way I'll be able to help you for the absolute free. This is how I give back to my community. And then I go live around 5 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. So let us get into it. Okay. Whew. When does one, where does one, I'm not even starting good, y'all. Where does one find quality men to date? Besides online? Where does one find quality men to date besides online? So I'm going to answer this question as quality men. Why, thank you, Soph. I'm going to answer this as quality men, but I know that there are men on here who are interested in women, so you can just take exactly what I'm saying and you're going to do the reverse if you are a single man who is looking to date a woman. So my first answer to you, the quick answer is going to be, you need to go where quality men are. You need to go where men are, and then you will decide what's quality. Let me take a step back, right? Because there's this idea of high quality, low quality. It's who's a good match for you based on who you are, how you present, and what you're looking for in your life, right? So the first thing is you need to go where men are. Men are not in your living room. Men are not in your bedroom. Men are not watching Netflix. Like, men well, in your place, right? Like, they are not where you are if you are in your home. Obviously, you wouldn't be asking me, right? You have a man in your house. So you need to go where the men are. Where are the men? All we have to do is apply logic and reason, y'all. Logic and reason. So the first thing is that men are going to be in places where there's food and alcohol, even if they don't drink. Food and alcohol, right? That's where people are. Men and women. So that's going to be your bars. That's going to be your clubs. That's going to be your brunches. That's going to be any social event, your game night, your mixers, things of that nature. I call that the low tier. I'm giving out some real gems. This is what people pay thousands of dollars to work with me for. People pay thousands of dollars to work with me, and I'm giving y'all real gems right now. So I call that tier 1. That's where people are, right? Now, if we want to increase the statistics of how many men, and for the men who are on here, if you're a single man looking for a woman, just swap out when I say men and say women, or whatever gender you're interested in, swap it out. It's all the same thing. Tier 2 is going to be, what are the statistics? Like, where can I find more blank? In this particular case, more men. Go to where the men are. Where is that going to be? So that's going to be in spaces where the topic or the focus or the interest is generally male-dominated stuff. That's going to be sports. Now, is it going to be all men there? No. Or all the men going to be single? No. Or all the men going to be straight? No. All the men going to be quality, however one might define it? No. However, we're talking about numbers, and it's up to you to use your discernment to have conversations, to make those connections so that you can assess whether or not someone is a good match for you. Okay? That's why I teach people in my program, just as a side note. So, where's that going to be? So that's going to be any place that's going to be sports related. That's going to be the gym. Whether or not you feel comfortable talking to men in the gym, that's your business. I'm just telling you where the men are, okay? That's going to be your cigar bars. And tier 3, that's going to be your conferences. That's going to be your spaces where, quote unquote, business-minded, future-minded, quality men are going to be. Okay? So think about where men are, right? What men tend to like, what men tend to do. If that's going to be your top golf, if that's going to be your bowling. I love expos. I love conferences. Now, here's a little to-do and to-bit about expos and conferences. For me, because they are pricey, right? Like, you're not going to a conference that's less than $100. I would go to a conference around the topic that I already am interested in. That way, it is no loss to me. I, Alison, love real estate. We're going to buy and hold. We're going to fix and flip. Like, that is my thing, okay? So if I went to a conference and there are going to be a ratio of 10 to 1 of men, if I were a single woman looking for a man, that's where men are. And those men are going to be men who are future focused. They're going to be men who are looking to build a legacy. Those are the kind of conversations I want to be around, right? Even if I don't have one conversation with one man, it's no loss to me because I already like real estate. What I don't like and what goes right over my head is cryptocurrency. That is beyond my bandwidth. So I'm not going to pay $200 to go to a conference about crypto because I know I have no interest in it. Does that make sense? So when it does come to those conferences and those expos, I'm telling y'all, I would highly recommend that you go to spaces that you already are interested in. That way, if you say, well, Alison, I went and there was nobody there, which that means you did not try. That means you did not try, but whatever. At least it's something around what you like. I am Taylor Chandler. Thank you for purchasing a badge. And she said that the cigar bar is a huge tip. Y'all getting thousands of dollars a game for free today. Y'all winning, rocking with Issa's car shows. Yes. The general things. And I'm not trying to be sexist, right? Of course, there are women who are into sports and are into gaming, that are into blah, blah, blah. But generally speaking, those are male-dominated interests. So that's where we want to go. Okay. Now, I'm talking to a really nice guy, but the only issue is his height. Should height matter? I'm talking to a really nice guy, but the only issue is his height. Should height matter? You guys are really tapping in and y'all really asking me the questions of the stuff that I work with when it comes to my clients. When I am in session 4, and I have some clients on here, they might be quiet. It's all right. It's all good, right? You ain't got to pipe up today. When we get to session, actually, No. When we get to session 1, at the end of session 1, we get into the non-negotiables. What are the behaviors and traits that your partner must have in order for him, most of the time it's him, because most of the time I work with heterosexual women. What are the behaviors and traits that he must have in order for him to be a good partner to you? There is nothing about a man's height that will make him love you more. There is nothing about a man's height that will make him a better husband, a more supportive partner, a better father of the sort. Now, I understand the underlying animalistic beliefs around size and height, right? Like, there is this belief, generally speaking, that a man or a person who's bigger and taller is going to be stronger. And if we're looking for a quote-unquote masculine man who's going to provide and protect, then the bigger the better, right? I understand that logic. It's not unreasonable. However, I'd like to think as human beings that we have evolved beyond some of those animalistic beliefs, right? And so we need to be more practical. There is nothing about a man's height that's going to make you love him or make him love you any better. The only difference is that he can reach high stuff for you. That is what a tall man can do. I understand the desire for a man not to be taller than you. But let me tell you a joke. It's so funny. Because normally, like, as a professional, any kind of professional, you could be a hairstylist, it doesn't matter. You push a little bit, but you give a little because you want your clients to give in to something. So a hairstylist knows that you need to cut off 4 inches. They're going to say, babes, you need to cut 4 inches. Do you want to start with 2? So that they can at least get the 2 inches off. And then the next time you come in, maybe you'll be willing to give in the other 2, right? So what I'd like to do, generally speaking, is that I say, when it comes to height, I give the whole spiel, and then I say, he just needs to be taller than you, right? He just needs to be taller than you, okay? Yes, it looks weird. I don't care what it looks like, right? You know what looks weird? And this is not disrespect. It's just because I'm reading the comments, so I won't say your names. I don't want you to take this personally. You know what looks weird? It looks weird when you are a single mom of 3 trying to make ends meet. It looks weird when you go to wedding after wedding after wedding and you don't have a guest on your arm. That looks weird too. I would much rather look off than be in a relationship with someone who's not equally yoked or an appropriate match because I denied all the dudes who are shorter than me. Now, granted, it might be easier said than done because I am a good 5'2.5", right? But there are plenty of women who are under 5'6" having these demands about a 6-foot man, which is ridiculous and outrageous. And I'll tell you this, and what was funny, because I got a little distracted by the comments. I was looking at a video today because I believe that today is the anniversary of Sierra and, her husband, the football player guy, right? I was going to say Russell Westbrook. Wrong, Russell. Russell Wilson. I was looking at a video today, and they were dancing in the video. I think it was their 6th year anniversary. And I noticed that in heels, Sierra was slightly taller than him. Like by an inch. We know that Sierra is a tall woman, okay? But yet we say that they are relationship goals, but yet we say, well, if he's a square, then I want him. Right? Like, this is what we say about this very particular couple, and I peeped today in heels, she's taller than him. So what are we saying? Are we women contradicting ourselves when we say that we would want a man who at least seemingly loves on his wife, like Russell does to Sierra? We would want a man love on us like that. And then when the heights ain't right, that's what's going to be the delineating factor? Come on, y'all. We can't do it. Get it together. All right? I was going to use that example, Bree, but he cheated on his wife, so I ain't using that example. We're going to leave that example right in them comments where it lays, okay? A friend said he's looking for monogamous sex without a relationship. Is that a real thing? A friend said he's looking for monogamous sex without a relationship. Is that a real thing? Everything is a real thing if we all believe it to be our reality, right? For me, para mí, I'm not signing up for an exclusive sexual partnership, like, that sounds like a hot mess express. I'm not signing up. If you want to be down, or if that's what he's looking for somebody else, he was just casually mentioning this to you as his friend, good luck to him. I'm not signing up for that. That sounds like it's super problematic, and I don't want any problems, okay? He left his relationship and moved out to pursue one with me. Should I trust it? He left his relationship and moved out to pursue one with me. Should I trust it? So now let's look at the other side of the coin, right? If he stayed in the home, we wouldn't trust it. If he leaves the home, I'm about to tell you, we shouldn't trust it. So poor guy, because there ain't nothing he could do at this point. We need clean breaks, y'all. We need healthy, clean breaks. How you get them, how you find them is how you get them. If he is unhappy in his romantic relationship and he chose to leave, then he should leave on his own, get his bearings, start dating again. If you happen to be a part of his rotation, as he should be a part of yours, then fine. But what we're not doing is we are supporting the jump to jump situation. Okay? We're not doing that. So I'm not trusting it. I would give a gentleman his freedom. I would give a woman their freedom to figure out what they want and who they are and all that kind of good stuff and have a little fun. And then if it works out, it works out. But you're not going to jump from her house to my house and then back again. Dating someone who keeps adding requirements for exclusive commitment. It's been 4 months of multi-dating. Dating someone who keeps adding requirements for exclusive commitment. I feel like, and it's A-okay, that y'all ask these questions of me just because y'all know the answer, but you just want to hear someone else say it to you, and then I say it in a comical way. I mean, there was one set of standards. You supposedly or assumably met those standards. Now there's new ones. You met those. Now there's new ones. You met those. Now clearly this person's playing games with you. Clearly this person is trying to create a situation where they either frustrate you out, which reminds me of like more of a job, right? Like they just give you more and more responsibility because they're trying to like frustrate you out, or I don't know. But what I do know is that this person is clearly playing games with you. Someone said that they may not know what they want. I think that you're being kind. They may not. You are absolutely right. They may not. I think they absolutely know. And they're bullshitting you. And you know, guys, I usually don't curse. But that's exactly what they're doing. Because if this was anything else, you would have dipped a long time ago. Like, this is a waste of time and they're outrageous. They had their expectations. They're jumping through hoops. Well said, Dolores. They had their expectations. You seemingly met them. Now we're doing this over and over and over again. Like, what are we doing? Absolutely not. And I wouldn't want to be with anybody who is either unclear about what they wanted, that's us being kind, or is purposely being manipulative, that's us being more practical. I would not do it. No, thank you. Okay? 5 months talking, and I'm struggling to connect because he's not a talker or expressive person. Advice, please. 5 months talking, and I'm struggling to connect because he's not a talker or expressive person. Advise, please. Well, you have to decide whether or not that this level of communication that is not being reached or fulfilled for you is not enough for you, right? Like if you're an extremely communicative person and that's what you require and you love the conversations and you want to get to know each other and you want that level of depth that you feel like can only be met through constant communication, that means one of your needs are not being met. This is not about him per se. Actually, I'm being presumptuous. Is it a he? It's not about he. It is not about him per se. It's about what you desire, and this person, this gentleman, is not seemingly able to fulfill what you desire. As a result, it's a mismatch. Someone else that he might date might not be too much of a talker either, and it might be a good match for him. I think you're wasting your time. He's wasting his time. Y'all wasting each other's time. And that's it. And move on accordingly. Quick commercial break. I'd like to thank everybody who has purchased the badge. And thank you, Siobhan, for saying I look beautiful. Nita, Rockin' with E, Miss Patrice Smith, thank you for purchasing badges. Japa Black, hey, Miss King, Epitome of Class, Dr. Ishante, I hope I got that right. Taylor Chandler, Soph, and Jay. Thank you all for purchasing the badge. I appreciate you. Okay. A grown woman says he may not be into you. Like maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable communicating with you, which is okay. Like we really got to wrap our minds around like the fact that not connecting with certain people at certain times in our lives can be really okay. It's just not an appropriate match. It doesn't make you a bad guy. It doesn't make him a bad person. It's a-okay. Okay? What's the best way to reply when a guy asks, why are you single? What's the best way to reply when a guy asks, why are you single? So I would answer honestly. Whatever that truth is the truth that I would answer. So if the reason why I'm single is because I decided over COVID that I wanted to invest in my business, I wanted to go back to school, and so I took some time off of dating, then I'd say that. If I'm single because I was in a relationship and the relationship didn't work out, we were not compatible, he cheated, I cheated, well, I don't know about being that forthcoming, to be honest. But you get my point. Like, I would just answer the question. It doesn't have to be like a whole to-do. We don't need a strategy behind it. Whatever the truth is your truth, and you answer the question, and then you keep it moving. Then you can ask him the same thing if you like. But I really think that we put way too much stock into this, why are you single, as if it's like a personal attack. It's just a question. You answer it. And it's okay. If someone were to ask me before I was with my husband, why was I single? I was in a long-term relationship with a gentleman who was not looking for the level of commitment that I wanted. So I decided that it'd be best for me to let things go, to get back on the dating scene and find someone who wanted the same things that I wanted. Does it make me look bad? Does it make him look bad? Does it make anybody look bad? That's just my truth. And I tell the truth and I keep it moving. Okay? Someone asks, can you go over your soft approach for online dating again? So it's a long response. All you have to do is click the link in my bio. The training that I did 2 Saturdays ago explained exactly how your dating profile should look, like detail for detail. So all you have to do is click the link in my bio, tap on the first button. You probably, if you want to fast forward like 20 minutes in, and I explained it all there because we're pressed for time. So it's literally recorded and available and free right there. And it's on YouTube. Okay? Thoughts on reconnecting with someone you ended things with during the lockdown. Thoughts on reconnecting with someone you ended things with during the lockdown. Okay, so these are my thoughts about reconnecting with anyone. It doesn't really matter when the situation ended or didn't end, right? I am not revisiting a store unless I know that they have the items that I'm looking for in stock. I go to the Gap. I'm looking for size 6 jeans. They didn't have a size 6 jeans. I go home. It's been a month. I'm not getting back in my car and driving back to the Gap to see if they have size 6 jeans again, right? I am going to go online, place a call. Like, I'm not investing effort and energy into revisiting a place that I don't know for a fact has what I need. So I'm going to do the necessary research to figure out whether or not that place has what I'm looking for. I say that to say, during lockdown, before lockdown, after lockdown, doesn't really matter, right? All that matters is, did you assess whether or not this person, or whatever cause, we're being presumptuous of saying it's the person. It could have been you, it could have been us, it could have been whoever, right? Can we assess whether or not the thing that caused the end of the relationship has ended? Like, has it changed? Is it over? Whatever caused the end of the relationship, has it been rectified? If it hasn't been rectified, if there hasn't been a new shipment of jeans that came into the Gap, then why the hell am I getting in my car, burning my gas, and going and hoping and praying that they got my pants? They ain't got it. Ain't no shipment came, right? The factory isn't overloaded with size 6, so then they just send a whole bunch off to any store at any location. If there's no rhyme and reason as to why they restock, why am I going back to the store? If there is no rhyme or reason as to what changed in this relationship to cause me to revisit it, then why would I revisit it? What was the problem? Has the problem been solved? Do I have evidence to support this? The problem was that we were long distance. Now the gentleman has moved to my state. He showed me his new apartment. Boom. Right? What was the problem? Has the problem been solved? And we just don't go with yes or no. Is there evidence to support this? The problem is that he was unfulfilled with his work. As a result, he was mopey and negative in negative Nathan, I guess. He is now happy with the job that he's doing. He is feeling great about himself and his new position, his new status. His energy has changed. I've spent some time with him. We've spoken on the phone, right? Like, what was the problem? Has it been resolved? What is the evidence to support this claim? If we got all that, then we good to go. But if it's I miss you and I miss you too, without any analysis of what went wrong and was it fixed, then you're wasting your time and you're going in a cycle that's never going to end. Okay? He cheated 3 times. I call him out a lot. He gets mad and calls off the engagement, asks for the ring back. Tacky? He cheats 3 times. I call him out a lot. He gets mad for calling off engagement, asks for the ring back. Tacky? Yes, it's tacky. But I say this lovingly. Who cares? Like, the ring is symbolic of a level of commitment that the gentleman is not prepared for. Clearly. You want to give him back the ring? Give him back the ring. You don't want to give him back the ring? Check the law in your state, see if that's even practical, because we also don't want nobody knocking on your door, right? For me, I like clean breaks. I would give the man back his stuff and I would move on accordingly. But this particular detail that you're hanging on, and I'm being presumptuous to say that you're hanging on it because you're asking me, that's why I say you're hanging on it, is the least of our concerns. Let's talk about how you can move on in a healthy way from this relationship, start dating again, and find someone who's not going to cheat on you. Find someone who has respect for you. Find someone who's going to love you and you will love them back. And you don't have to worry about, is it tacky that he wants his ring back? That's the least of your concerns. But if you're asking specifically, yes, it's tacky. I agree, Simone Nicole, you dodged a bullet. If it were me, I'd give the ring back and keep it moving and never talk to the gentleman again. Never talk to the gentleman again, because how dare you, sir? Okay? Okay. Dating for 2 years and has not met his family. He never posts relationship on social media. Dating for 2 years and I have not met his family. He never posts relationship on social media. Okay, so these are 2 different issues that you squeeze into the box. So I'm going to let you rock and I'm going to answer each one. Okay? Okay. So, dating for 2 years and you haven't met his family. Like nobody, not his sister. That's a little strange and off. What's the reason? Right? In our commercial break for this Tumblr that I made. Shout outs to me. You haven't met his family. Why? Is there rhyme or reason? Right? Is the family in the UK? Does he only have a parent and she's elderly and he's legitimately concerned about COVID, and shows his legitimate concern about COVID in other ways too? Not he out having fun in Cancun for Memorial, but then he concerned, right? Like, is there logic or reason behind why you haven't met his family in 2 years? If it's not a reasonable reason, if I can put those 2 words together, then yes, I would be very concerned. I would blatantly ask, why is it that I haven't met your family yet? They only live blank. If it's logical, you let it go. Okay? Now, the never post relationship on social media. We've had this question a few times. And I would say this. What does he post? Does he have a meme page? Like, all he does is post memes? Is he a sneakerhead? And all he does is post sneakers. I want to know what he does post, because if he's posting everyone else and every other significant relationship that he has, excuse me, y'all, happy Mother's Day to my mom, picture of me and my mom, yo bro, I miss you so much, R.I.P., his friend who died last year from cancer, right? Like, if he's posting every other significant relationship in his life but ain't posting you, then I would be concerned. And I would ask, right? But if legit, if he don't ever post, last time he posted was Christmas of 2020, then okay. I would also say that the combination of these two things makes me believe that this guy is living a double life and y'all are not in a relationship. Let me move my fingers over so y'all can see this Alison that's like probably reflective and you can't even see Alison. The combination of these two things make me feel like y'all not even in a relationship. You his side chick or something. I don't know. I'd ask questions and move accordingly. If it's reasonable, it's reasonable. If it's not, it's not. If it's not reasonable, move on, please. Okay? How to reignite 6-year marriage when two completely different personalities. Thank you, Simone. I made it myself. Well, I designed the Alison part. I didn't make the Tumblr myself, but you get the point. How to reignite 6-year marriage when two complete different personalities. So I don't deal with marriages. My name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. However, I have a network of people, and one of them, she was on the live earlier. I hope that she is still on here. I am Siobhan. Dang, what is her last name? If anybody knows Siobhan, she is a marriage coach. Okay? That is beyond my scope. It is okay. Everybody has their limitations. I have been married for less than 2 years, and you don't have to necessarily be married, but it's important to me that I reach, or I am a part of a particular group before I speak on it, right? So I'm not going to answer that question. I say that lovingly. But what you will do is you will go to I am Siobhan Davis, I believe is her name. If you put I am Siobhan SHIV, her name will pop up because most people don't spell Siobhan like that. And she is a marriage coach where she specifically works with couples to reignite their romance. Okay, so holla at the people who do what they do. Is it not wise to have casual sex while also looking for a serious relationship? Is it not wise to have casual sex while also looking for a serious relationship? I've also answered this question in the past. It's A-okay because y'all are new. And some of y'all obviously don't listen to every single live like I do all the time. It is not wise. It is not wise. What you put out is what you will get back. Why are we involving ourselves sexually with someone who is not willing or able to commit to us, but then have an expectation that we're going to go out, we're going to date seriously, and then what, that dude is supposed to be holding out and waiting while this dude gets the nuggets for free? Without the commitment? No. You may end up feeling a connection to this gentleman who has made it abundantly clear that it's casual, and then now you're feeling stuck, and now he's the bad guy except for you. Well, not you in your case, because you're going to listen to me, I hope, right? You're going to separate yourself now. He's the bad guy because he doesn't want to commit. You know that what he wants is casual. We are not having casual sex and then having an expectation that somebody else is supposed to take us seriously. What you put out is what you get back. Yeah, I don't know why I said the nuggets. I call my baby the nugget, and I don't know why nuggets. I don't like golden nuggets. Don't judge me. I love y'all. Right? Like, absolutely not. Please end the casual sexual relationship. If you are dating with intention, you do that. When you decide it's an appropriate time to have sex with whoever you are seeing, then you have sex with them. Please and thanks. Okay? I think we got 2 questions left. I might actually end early for once in my life. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? I never end early. You know what? There were some questions in here that I didn't like. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all might be on this live and you might unfollow me because I said I didn't like your question, but I don't. And it's starting negative, and so I didn't like it and I ignored it. But since I am early, let me do what I say I'm going to do, which is to try to my best to answer everyone's question, even if I don't like the question. The question is, why do I, as a woman, feel the need to give? Oh, okay, never mind. I read the question wrong. Haha. Why do I, as a woman, not why do women, why do I, as a woman, feel the need to give so much to men with nothing in return? Why do I, as a woman, feel the need to give so much to men with nothing in return? Yes, the live, it's recorded. It'll be reposted. I put all the lives underneath, I think it's IG video. And then when it's good stuff, we clip it up and then we repost it, okay? So first, I want to say this. I want to take gender out of this question, right? I don't think it's why you as a woman feel a need to give so much to men. I think that if you were a man who experienced the same experiences that you may have had through your childhood to now, then you probably would behave the same way. I think that perhaps if you were a woman who was into women, you might feel the same way. So I want to take gender out of it. The question is, why do you feel a need to give and give and give to people who don't reciprocate? Let's not make this a gender war issue. Why do you feel a need to give and give and give? Maybe specifically in your romantic relationships, I'll give you that. Maybe you don't behave this way with your friends and your family, so I'll give you that. But why do you feel a need to give so much in your romantic relationships and then receive nothing in return? So I'm going to tell you why I am not going to answer this question, because I am Taylor Chandler, which is already here. Y'all know me. I'm number 1 for the alley-oops. She's already here in the comments. She is a licensed therapist, and she is best suited to help you or help anyone in this particular issue. If you were asking me about dating and relationships, that is one thing. But what you're talking about, it seems to me, has nothing to do necessarily with how you're functioning in your romantic relationship, but more to do with how you're functioning in your life. And the fact that you feel as though that you're constantly giving to people and you do not either allow them to reciprocate, which happens a lot. We complain, right? Let me give you a classic example. I'm sure this is all parents, but this is I'm going to say a Caribbean thing, right? My mother will tell me she needs more help around the house. She needs us to wash the dishes. She needs us to clean. She needs us to do this. We go to wash the dishes. What does she do? Come in the kitchen, kick us out the kitchen. We're not washing the dishes properly. But then we'll go back and complain and say that we don't help. She tell us to clean. We go to clean. Oh no, takes the broom from us. You're not sweeping properly. You're not going underneath the fridge. You're not going under. So many times, people do make an effort to reciprocate and we don't accept it, right? Or we feel as though we're proving our worth when we don't accept it. The gentleman wants to help. He knows that there's a financial situation you're going through. He wants to offer. He offers. You say no because you don't want him to think that you're a gold digger. But then it's, oh, I give, and no one ever gives back. You're not even accepting it. I don't know. That is beyond my scope. I am Taylor Chandler, right? So this, we good? I gave some examples why that might be. But again, that is beyond my scope and that is A-okay. And when Taylor's working with her people and it's appropriate, she sends them back to me. It's all good. So I would highly recommend to consider speaking with the therapist, because I don't think this has to do necessarily with romance. I think it has to do with the individual. Okay? All right. Now, there was another question. I might have misread that too. I was like, oh, I didn't like this question. I'm going to skip it, but I remember now. But where did it go? Oh, there are some other questions I missed in here. Oh, goodness. There was a question. Oh, here we go. foolishness, which is why I didn't like it. And you might unfollow me if you even follow me, and that's okay, because foolishness is foolishness, even if you're my best friend. My best friend knows when it's foolishness too, okay? Do women really want a good man? Now, I don't know if this question is in an effort to get a rise out of me or to get a real response. Yes. Next question. I'm thinking it's a rise. Maybe I'm just an angry New Yorker. Maybe it's these supposed hormones. But I'm not here to get people to try to get a rise out of me. Okay? Good. Friend ghosted me. A few years later, reached out to me for a relationship. He was supposed to call so we could discuss it, and he didn't. So I called him out politely. I wouldn't have even called him out politely. Friend ghosted you. A few years later, he reached out for a relationship. You can't even keep communication as a friend. Why the hell would I consider reigniting this into a romantic relationship where the stakes are higher? Absolutely not. Then he was supposed to call. He didn't call. That's reflective of his ghostliness. So, no. That's easy. Keep it moving. Okay? When do I let the guy I'm dating know that I have a very low sex drive? When do I let the guy, I don't know why I can't read today. When do I let the guy I'm dating know that I have a very low sex drive? Okay, this is a good question. Now, this is my take. Y'all might not like my take. Y'all might not agree with my take, but it's mine. And so, here we go. When it comes to sex, that's a line for Biggie. When it comes to sex, I'm similar to the Thriller in Manila. Anywho, when it comes to sex, and sexual expectations and sexual standards, I like the idea of sharing them early on in the dating relationship, right? In the dating situationship. I would not want this gentleman to get involved in a romantic relationship, committed relationship with me, not knowing that I have this low sex drive. However, I would like for you to do some investigation as to why the sex drive is low. Is there anything that can be done to improve said sex drive, right? Now, I'm not a sexologist. There are literally people who are experts in the field. I'm going to throw some ideas out there, right? I want to know what kind of exploration you've done with yourself so that you're aware of what you like. How extensive has that been, right? I'd like to know how much of it is tied to the gentleman that you've dated and how attracted you were to them in the past versus what your actual sex drive is. I'd like to know, have you visited a doctor to talk about your sex drive? I'd like to know, is there any possible correlation between anything that you've been through in the past and how your sex drive is manifesting as an adult? I wouldn't just leave it as, I got a low sex drive, when do I tell the dude that I do? To answer your question, that's what you asked me, I would tell early in the dating experience. Because I think it's important that the people that you are with romantically know what the expectation of what that sex drive or sex life is going to look like, right? However, before we get there, I would do some digging as to why the sex drive is low and see if there's any correcting it. Okay? That's what I would do. I know there was like 2 magical questions that I saw that wasn't, well, it was there before, but. What should I do to feel like men will find me attractive enough to wife up? What should I do to feel like men will find me attractive enough to wife up? So the first thing I need you to do, baby love, is understand that these gentlemen are not making decisions on whether or not to wife you based on necessarily how attractive you are. There are plenty of beautiful women who have been dumped. There are plenty of beautiful women who are single. There are plenty of beautiful women who have been divorced. So this idea that you have in your mind that the reason why you haven't been quote unquote wifed up, what I assume is involved in a committed relationship or actually legally married, is because you're not beautiful enough, is what I need for you to get rid of first of all. Like that idea, that notion needs to be removed. That idea and that notion that you have in your mind that you're not beautiful enough and that's why you're not in a committed relationship needs to be removed. How do we remove it? Through therapy, through coaching, through counseling, through something. But just as I said, there are so many beautiful women who are single, so clearly beauty on its own is not enough. And there are so many women who would be considered not classically beautiful, aka ugly, to be straightforward, who are. So clearly, the looks are not the deciding factor. There is something else. It can be that perhaps you don't have the discernment, you don't have the skill set to ask the right questions to assess whether or not someone is serious about commitment. It may be a slew of other things. I would highly recommend that you book a session either with me, a 15-minute consult. It's $1. Click the link in my bio, or any other mental health professional that you trust. But this is not about you not being beautiful enough. It's just not. Okay? And I think I've covered it all. All right, beautiful people. So on that note, if you need any additional support outside of the Wednesdays, because we're only here once a week together, I want you to do a couple of things. One, you can click the link in my bio. You can check out any of the free trainings, free resources, free ebooks. If you are interested in a coaching program, meaning you want me to handhold you and to walk you through the dating process, you will book a 15-minute consultation call. It is a significant investment. I will not lie to you. If you have a particular problem, you're already in a relationship, you're already seeing someone, there's a particular issue at hand and you want some advice, you can also book a single session. It doesn't have to be with me. It could be with any of the professionals. I've plugged plenty of them right on this live just today. Or you could check out anybody who you think will be a suitable fit for you. But what I will do and what I will ask is that you take action. Don't sit around and think that a resolution is going to fall into your lap. YouTube and podcasts are limited. There's only so much that they can offer you. You need to invest in yourself so that you can find happiness. Does that make sense? I love all of y'all. I have a group in 20 minutes. It's the first time I've had such a significant break. I'm so excited. I'm going to do something useful in my 20 minutes. And then for those who are in my group, you're in here right now. I'm going to be on time for once in my life, y'all, because I'm not being held up by the live. All right, folks. Gotta go. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.